Set interval allows us to run a function repeatedly at specified intervals. Its syntax looks something like this. You write set interval, then as the first argument, you pass it the function that you want to be executed. Second argument is the delay in milliseconds. By default, its value is 0. Rest all the arguments are the parameters that can be passed to this callback function. One thing to notice more, this first argument can also be a string of code. If it is a string of code, then JavaScript will use eval function internally to run that string of code. Using eval is not recommended as it slows the application and cause security risk. Set interval returns us an interval ID which uniquely identifies the interval, so you can remove it later by calling the clear interval method. So let's understand this with an example. Let's say we have a function called greeting. It takes one parameter, name, and all this function does is just console log hello and the name parameter that we pass to it. Now we want to run this greeting function 4 times with a gap of 2 seconds between each call, and after it prints hello and the name 4 times, we want to stop the interval. Let's see how we can do this using set interval. So first, following the syntax, we'll write set interval and pass greeting function as first argument, and a delay of 2000 milliseconds, that is 2 seconds as the second argument, and the third argument will be the name, the parameter name that this function is expecting. This set interval will return us an interval ID, so let's store it in a variable. Let's declare the variable here, let interval ID, and assign the value here. We'll also add a counter and an if condition to check if the function ran 4 times. So let's create a counter here. Let counter equals to 0, and we'll increase the value of the counter here, and we'll write an if condition that if the counter is greater than or equals to 4, we'll call the clear interval to stop the execution of this function, and we'll pass the interval ID as a parameter. Now if we save this and run in the browser, you see it will print hello and the name we passed 4 times, and then it will stop. Okay, now we have seen how set interval works. Let's write our own implementation of set interval to achieve the same thing. So first let's name our set interval and clear interval as custom set interval and custom clear interval. These will be returned to us from a function that we'll be creating. So let's call this function get set interval polyfill. So let's create this parent function. Let's just write function get set interval. It will have no parameters. One thing we know about this function is it will return us two methods, the custom set interval and custom clear interval. So let's first create those two functions quickly. Function custom set interval and function custom clear interval, and also at last return these functions. So one thing we know about our custom set interval function is that it will take a callback function. Let's call it callback fn and a delay in milliseconds, and by default its value will be 0. Any number of other arguments, so add a rest parameter for it. Let's just call it dot dot, and our custom clear interval will take interval id as an argument. Let's write the custom set interval function first. So inside this function we have to create a new interval id and return that unique id. So let's create a closure here. Let's call it var interval id equals to 0, and we have to return that id from our custom set interval function. Let's assign this id to a variable called id and increment it one at a time, and just return that id from our custom set interval function. We'll also need an object to map that interval id with a set timeout that we'll be using to write this polyfill for set interval. So let's create a variable called interval map for it. It will be an empty object. Now, whenever a custom set interval function is called, we have to repeat the callback function passed to it. So for that, let's create a function called repeat. Inside this repeat function, we'll map the id we created and the timeout id that will be returned by the set timeout call. So let's map it by set interval map, and we'll pass it the id that we just assigned here, and to this mapping we'll assign the timeout id written by set timeout. So let's write set timeout for it. Inside set timeout, it will have a callback function and a delay that was passed to us here. Along with all the arguments, inside this callback function, we'll just call our callback fn function and pass it all the arguments that can be passed to it. And we'll add a check that with an if condition, so that as long as we have the interval id, as long as we have the interval id map, we will keep calling the repeat function. This will create a repeating effect of set interval function. Why we are having this condition? So that at the time of calling our custom clear interval, we will delete this interval id to stop the calling of this callback function. Let's just quickly go through what we did till now. So we created a custom set interval function with three parameters: a callback function, a delay, and all the rest of the parameters. We created a unique id will act as our interval ID. We created a repeat function. Inside that repeat function, we create a mapping of this unique interval ID we created and the timeout ID that will be returned to us by the set timeout function. And inside the callback function of the set timeout, what we are doing, we are checking that as long as this interval ID exists inside the interval map function, or we can say as long as the mapping of this interval ID with the set timeout ID exists in this interval map function, keep calling the repeat function recursively. So this will give us the repeating effect of set interval. And now inside our custom clear interval, we'll clear the timeout using the clear timeout method and pass it the timeout ID, which is stored in our interval map object mapped to the interval ID, interval unique ID that we created. And then at last, we'll just delete the entry from our interval map object. Now what this line will do is, it will remove the unique ID and the mapping we created inside the interval map object, and that will break this loop that we added to create the repeating effect of set interval. And so the again and again execution of the callback function will stop. Now to test it, let's just clear the clear interval with a custom clear interval. Sorry. Yep. And set interval with our custom set interval. If we save this and go to the browser, we'll see the same effect. Hello and the name is printed 4 times and then it will stop. So this was the polyfill for set interval using the set timeout method. The source code will be available in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.